Some HOA nonsense you can shrug off, like Karen whining about grass height or mailbox paint. But when the HOA crosses the line into family, that's when everything changes. It was a hot summer afternoon when I came home from work to an empty house. My spouse was supposed to be with our little girl, but when I called her, she answered in a panic, "She's gone." My stomach dropped. Our 6-year-old daughter, who had been playing in the yard just minutes earlier, had vanished. Her toys were scattered on the lawn, the gate wide open. Before I could even process what was happening, my phone buzzed again. This time it was a smug, nasal voice I knew all too well. "Hello, this is Karen from the HOA. We've taken custody of your child due to your family's repeated non-payment of association fees. If you'd like her returned, you'll need to settle your balance." I nearly crushed the phone in my fist. They had kidnapped my daughter. I tore down the street, heart pounding, calling the police as I drove. I told them exactly what had happened. My child had been abducted by the HOA over fake fees. The dispatcher's voice hardened instantly. "Stay on the line. Units are on the way." I pulled up to Karen's house, and sure enough, there she was on her porch, arms crossed like a queen, with my daughter sitting terrified beside her. Karen was ranting about how rules must be enforced, and how this was only temporary. But before I could even storm up her driveway, black SUVs rolled in. Out stepped federal agents, badges gleaming in the sun. Turns out, the second I reported that Karen had abducted a minor over unpaid fees, the case escalated past local police straight to the feds. Kidnapping, even under the guise of HOA enforcement, is a federal offense. The agents didn't waste a second. "Step away from the child," one barked. Karen actually tried to argue. "She's on community property. This is legal custody." She didn't get to finish. She was shoved against the wall, cuffed, and read her rights while my daughter bolted into my arms, sobbing. I'll never forget what the lead agent told me as Karen was dragged away screaming, "This isn't just HOA fraud. This is kidnapping and extortion. She's looking at serious federal time." And he was right. When the case hit court, the evidence piled up fast. Recordings of Karen's phone call demanding unpaid fees in exchange for my daughter. Testimony from neighbors who saw HOA members coaxing my little girl away. And financial records proving Karen had been running a racket, pocketing fines and dues that were never legal to begin with. The judge's gavel came down hard. Karen and her cronies were convicted of multiple felonies: kidnapping, fraud, extortion. The HOA was dissolved on the spot, and every single resident was released from its phony rules. As for Karen, she went from self-proclaimed queen of the neighborhood to federal inmate in an orange jumpsuit. Now, every time I tuck my daughter into bed, I remember that day, the fear in her eyes, and the way she clung to me when I got her back. And I remember the look on Karen's face when the feds closed in, her empire crumbling around her. The HOA thought they could take my child for unpaid fees. Instead, they handed themselves a one-way ticket to federal prison. And I'll tell you this, nobody in this neighborhood will ever let 3 little letters, HOA, hold power over their families again.